Alrighty, so today's notes are going to be about postulates. This is on 1.3. So a postulate is a statement that is always true. So these are facts that we know that we use that are going to be using all of the time in geometry. So the first one is postulate 1-1. I do not ever expect you to have this memorized, the name of them. So don't even worry about that. I just want you to know about them of what they are. So this one is 2 points determine a unique line. Well, we've talked about that. When you have a line, you have to have 2 points. So here you go. So here's A and here's B. Remember to notice exactly how I'm drawing these lines. I have the 2 points and the arrows. So to have a line, you have to have 2 points. That's what the postulate says. The next one says if 2 distinct lines intersect, so 2 lines intersect, then their intersection is a point. So we have 2 lines here, and then I'll label them, right? So C and D. And then we have lines here, R and P, let's say. Their intersection is a point, so you label that intersection. The next one here is 3 non-collinear points determine a unique plane. We have talked about this. When you have a plane, you must have 3 non-collinear points. These are just postulates. These are just things like kind of like definitions of term that says that you must have these things for them to be true. So A, B, and C, you must have 3 points. Then the last one we have here, if 2 distinct planes, so 2 planes intersect, and then their intersection is a line. So do you remember the example I gave about the floor and the wall? And I asked you, the floor and the wall are going to intersect. What is their intersection? So here are 2 planes. This is where we start. So these 2 planes are intersecting. Here is one of the planes. The dashed line is the hidden part behind it, so you don't really see that part. This is the well, you don't really see the part. You don't see it because it's behind the other plane. Their intersection is going to be here at this line. This is their line of intersection. Just think of a wall and the floor, or 2 pieces of paper kind of going through each other. All right, so that's it on the postulates. Like I said, I don't need you to remember the actual name of the postulate, just what they are. But for the sake of what we're going to be doing, I'm going to have you write those points just because of this. So over here, we have a lovely picture. So we're going to just say which postulate it is. So through A and B, there would be exactly 1 line. A and B are 2 points. From those 2 points, there's going to be 1 line. That is our postulate 1-1. There is exactly 1 plane that contains these points A, B, and O. So if you see here, I can draw a plane, right? And as the points A, B, and O, you have 3 points. Absolutely, you can have a plane. So that's 1-3. The next is the intersection of L and line AC. So we see here, and I'm just going to erase what I have above. We have this L. So that is line L. That is this line right here. So just saying that line and line AC intersect. So they intersect at one single point D. And that is going to be 1-2, right? So that postulate up there. Okay, and then we have next plane P contains line A, B. So we have here this line, right, that we were talked about earlier. This line, plane P contains line AB. That is going to be 1-1 because we're still having to draw that line because it's not already given to us. We're just given the 2 points. Last, then we have here line L contains at least 1 or more point other than D, right? So that is going to be 1-1. Of course, it will have 1 more point other than D because if you have a line, you have to have 2 points. Yes, there's nothing on there, but you can go ahead and just draw one here. And let's put an M, point M. The next, the intersection of plane P and the plane through A, B, and O. So remember that plane I was talking about earlier that I drew highlighted yellow? This plane here. Okay, so plane P and that other plane through ABO is the line AB, right? So it's intersecting at this line here, so that's going to be 1-4. Okay, and then here are a couple examples. So 2 points determine a unique line. This is just from the postulates, literally in the definitions that I have above. If two distinct lines intersect, then their intersection is what? Think about it. So if two lines intersect, their intersection is a point. Then we have here that three non-collinear points, there's a little W added in there, points determine a unique, think about it, plane. And then lastly, if two distinct planes intersect, then their intersection is, think the floor and the wall, a line. Okay, that's it. So this is just reiterating what we've already talked about and talking about them as postulates. Remember, I'm not going to have you memorize postulate 1-1, postulate 1-2. It's just going through the motions and remembering all the different parts. All right, that is it. Thank you.